Welcome to the Akashic Library.
So you want to succeed at something, right? Whether you're trying to launch a business, get your art out there, make music, whatever it is. Well, it turns out there's this one kind of surprising and, let's be honest, pretty uncomfortable thing you absolutely have to be willing to do. So let's get into it. So what is it? What's that one single non-negotiable thing you got to be willing to do to actually make it? It sounds like a simple question, but the answer gets right to the heart of what holds so many of us back from ever even starting. All right, time for the big reveal. The source we're digging into today is super direct about this, and it's a concept that, well, it might make you squirm in your seat a little bit. And there it is. Be willing to be cringe. That's it. You will not get anywhere, I mean literally anywhere, if your main goal in life is to avoid that awkward, embarrassing feeling you get when you put something new into the world. You just have to embrace it. Okay, so what is actually happening here? Why is this so hard? Well, it all comes down to this massive internal conflict. It's like there's a battle going on inside you every single day between two really powerful competing forces. On one side of the battlefield, you've got what the source calls your cute little sensitive ego. You know the one. It's that voice in your head that's absolutely terrified of being judged. Its only mission is to keep you safe from what other people might think, even if that safety costs you everything. And that leads us to maybe the single most important question you could ever ask yourself. Seriously, your answer to this will define the entire path of your life. Are you going to spend all your energy protecting your ego? Or are you going to spend it protecting your dreams? Because here's the kicker. You can't do both. And this slide just lays out the two choices so clearly, right? On the left, you've got the ego's path. It's all about avoiding cringe, worrying what people think, staying safe, which, let's be real, usually ends up meaning you're miserable. But on the right, that's the path of your dreams. It requires you to be cringe, to focus on what you're creating, and to find your own unique style. It's the difference between staying hidden and actually getting to shine. So what's the real cost of always choosing the ego's path? What actually happens when you spend an entire lifetime putting safety before your own authentic self? I mean, wow, this quote is just so brutally honest it hurts. Just imagine that for a second. Looking back on your whole life, and that's your big accomplishment. Yeah, I was miserable, but hey, at least I was never cringe. All those things you didn't do, the joy you missed out on, also you could say you were never embarrassing, that's a heavy price to pay. And really, that's what it all boils down to. At the end of your life, who is actually going to care that you were never cringe? The opinions of random people will be long forgotten, but the weight of your own regret, the feeling of a life you didn't fully live, man, that stays with you. Okay, so if playing it safe just leads to a lifetime of regret, what's the move? The answer isn't just to sort of tolerate the cringe. Nope. It's to actively lean into it, to see it as a necessary and even valuable part of the whole journey. This right here is the whole strategy. You have to go into it knowing that the beginning of anything new, your first attempts, your early drafts, your first business idea, is probably going to be a little bit cringe. And that is not just okay, it is absolutely essential. It's the only way you can move forward. And here's how it works. It's a simple 3-step process. First, you just embrace the cringe. You accept it. Yep, this might be awkward, and that's fine. Second, you use that freedom to explore, to play, to experiment, and figure out what makes you, well, you. And then finally, it's through all that messy, cringy exploration that your true, authentic style finally starts to shine through. And hey, if you're still worried about what people will think, here's a little perspective for you. The source has this amazing line. Even Jesus wasn't everyone's cup of tea. Think about that. You are never, ever going to please everybody. It's impossible. So you might as well stop trying and just focus on being you. So after all this discomfort, after pushing through the fear and leaning right into the cringe, what's the reward? What do you get at the end of all this? The reward is everything. You get everything you were hoping for when you chose your dreams over your ego. You find your true essence. You discover your own unique, authentic style. You finally get to shine. You feel like you're on the right path. And you know what? The right people, your people, they start to find you and connect with what you're doing. It's a game changer. Because ultimately, that's what this whole thing is about. It's about finding and sharing that special thing that makes you, you. It was never about being a perfect copy of someone else. It's about being a messy, evolving, but 100% authentic version of yourself. And so, here we are, right back at the beginning.
It all comes down to a fundamental choice. Every single day, with every little decision you make about what you create and what you share with the world, you're answering this question. So, which will it be? Are you going to protect your dreams, or are you going to protect your ego? The choice is yours.
What makes you cringe often points to your greatest untapped potential. Next, understand wealth beyond dollars in The Explainer, Divine Money.